my first question to you is, for every startup, the initial years are filled with uncertainty, hurdles, lots of challenges. I'm pretty sure the same has been in your case as well. What have you done to overcome those said challenges?
Got it. And especially given that our history has been last 4 years, so definitely a lot more challenges with COVID and everything. One of the great things that happened with us, a strength that has helped us go through these 4 years despite COVID, despite threats of recession and everything, is we've run the company right from the start in a bootstrapped, very, very healthy manner. We raised our first seed round only about a year back from Rukum Capital, and focusing on business health instead of just the optics of what the company looks like from outside. I think that has helped us survive through these years. Of course, to begin with almost zero resources, you have to do everything, including setting up the company, setting up your offerings, manufacturing, warehousing, operations, hiring team, all of this. I'll say definitely in the country we have now a lot of enablers, really good enablers. So you have people who can do top class manufacturing, warehousing, logistics, hiring support systems there, tech support system is there. So I think that's something that's helping us as well as every new startup that's coming up in the country. So last 4 years, I'll say that has been a good strength. With that, we've been able to now build a team that's scaling really well in the recent years and for all the years to come. That's helping us go forward in a good way.
Right. You just mentioned there are a lot of enablers. So my next question to you is, India is being touted as the place for startups now. Like the buzz is that it's a very good time for startups to come up at this very moment. What are your thoughts on that? And is that like really true? So your thoughts?
I will agree to this. You have now a lot of young, enthusiastic janta ready to venture, ready to take risks. You also have a lot of good examples that people are getting aspired from. And also in the last 10-15 years, you also have good successes that have been built in the startup world, and that has helped set up all of this infrastructure, examples, and the enabler ecosystem. And this will be sort of an inflection point for all the young, energetic work that's happening within the startup world. The other thing that I feel is necessary for any ecosystem to explode in a good way is a lot of people trying out different things, because it's also a matter of what idea, what timing, what probability works out at what point of time. And there's enough of that happening. You can see a lot of innovation happening, a lot of experimentation happening. So this will be the inflection point for Indian startup system for sure.
All right. How do you see your sector, shaping up in 2023? How do you see it evolving?
So we are in the space of consumer brands. In the last few years, there's been a lot of good work happening from startups who are coming up with great offerings that did not exist before. There are many segments of my category, beauty and personal care, which have not changed for at least a decade. The shelves in the supermarkets would look exactly the same that they did 5 years ago. So really, great brands are going to come up. Secondly, there's also a lot of consumer demand around products that are better than what was there earlier. People have realized what it takes to have better grooming and better skincare and hair care, which also means that given it is very, very personalized space, you will have a lot of great brands come up for different needs within beauty and personal care. So in this year and all the years to come, I think there are at least many dozen mega brands that are going to come up in consumer brand sector, especially beauty and personal care for sure.
All right. Last question. What are your future plans for growth and next endeavors? What can we expect from you this year?
Awesome. We have had already a lot of interesting, innovative, never before kind of category creating kind of launches in the last 4 years. We'll do more of the same in this year. That's definitely number one. Secondly, we have so far focused a lot in the online retail and our own direct-to-consumer e-commerce channel as the way to reach our customers. But in the recent past, we've seen a lot of demand and interest from offline as well. So we'll be scaling up the offline space in this year and the coming years. And lastly, on the team front, we've been able to set up a great team. There are a couple of more additions that will happen, a couple of more functions that will get built really well. But that's the last large thing that's happening. A great team that's going forward and strengthening that team that can continue for years and decades.
Right. Thank you for chatting with us. Pleasure having you. And once again, congratulations. Yeah.